The Breakfast Club.
Now, when we come back, we're going to go to Breakfast Club Court. That's what we're going to do?
Uh-oh.
All right. We're going to talk T.I. and Lil Wayne. Now, if you haven't heard in the rumors, Angela reported that T.I. called out Lil Wayne for his remarks.
As he should have.
About Black Lives Matter.
Mm-hmm.
As I asked for him to do. I think he definitely should have did that, especially being that he's been calling out everybody publicly. And whenever a public figure like a Lil Wayne says something so reckless, it should be another public figure who stands up to dispute that.
Well, let us know what you think.
Okay.
800-585-1051. You know I agree. I feel like if we're friends, if we're people, if your daughter spent the night at my house, my daughter spent the night at your house, I consider ourselves friends. That's a strong word. That if you have a problem with something that I did, you should call me on the phone. You shouldn't do it publicly. You shouldn't try to embarrass me.
It would have been really nice if he would have had a conversation with him and said, you know what, bro, this is the reason why this, and that.
Absolutely.
Let's put something up together, let people know that you don't really feel that way, and have a conversation and try to educate him.
Well, clearly Lil Wayne does feel that way.
On what it is.
Because his response to T.I. was what?
F you.
F you.
But
that
Lil Wayne did say that when he made those comments, he was upset about a question that was asked earlier, so he just said anything. I'm telling you what he said.
He should have got upset about the question that was asked.
It would have been powerful.
Not slander the Black Lives Matter movement.
We'll
it would have been powerful if Lil Wayne would have made a statement saying, you know what, I was wrong and I retracted what I said earlier.
I spoke to my bro, and this is what it was.
Spoke to my bro.
Absolutely. 800-585-1051. Was T.I. wrong for calling out Lil Wayne in public? They were friends.
So what?
Friends. Peoples.
You have to use moments to teach.
Friends. 800-585-1051. Moments to teach, not to embarrass friends. Call us up now.
He embarrassed himself.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Hypnotized. Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee. Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you just joined us, we're talking T.I. and Lil Wayne. Now, Yee reported a story in the rumors about T.I.
Yes, T.I. publicly said some things on social media to Lil Wayne about his Black Lives Matter comments. Now, T.I. wasn't wrong in what he said, but it was the way that he confronted Lil Wayne that we are having a discussion about this morning. Should he have publicly posted that on social media, or is this a private conversation you have with your friend behind the scenes?
I think T.I. did exactly what he should do. T.I. has been using all these moments to teach and school people on BLM, whether it was Don King, Floyd Mayweather, Lil Wayne speaking bad about BLM. T.I. is taking them all to task, and he should. Also, this is what we got to remember. When Wayne makes comments like this, people like the Bill O'Reillys, the Sean Hannitys, the Tommy Lawrence of the world, they run with these comments and use them as ammo to reinforce how they feel about BLM. Tommy did it last time when Wayne was on Undisputed. She used his comments to say, see, even Wayne doesn't think a Black Lives Matter movement is necessary. So we need a public figure like T.I. to stand up and denounce what Wayne said, because if nobody does that, then people on the outside looking in will say, well, I guess what Wayne said about BLM is true because nobody disputed it.
But if you're my friend and you're my compadre, you're somebody that I respect and that you respect me, my kids come to your house, my kids go to your house. We are friends. We speak to each other on the phone. If that's a problem, that's a situation, you feel a certain way, don't try to publicly embarrass me or publicly denounce me. You call me on the phone and say, yo, bruh, what you said was wrong.
Okay.
What you said was this, and then we handle it accordingly.
Yeah,
but you just don't write on Instagram and basically play me. That's why.
The other people T.I. called out aren't his friends.
Okay, so check
people
this.
He's not really cool with.
So with that said, if Lil Wayne, who has publicly shouted out Black Lives Matter on stage, if he knows that he has friends who are in support of the Black Lives Matter movement, why would he go out and denounce BLM then?
Well, the whole
answer the question.
We don't know what Lil Wayne was going through, and that's my whole purpose. We don't
Stop
know.
it. No, he's a grown-ass man.
We don't know. You say that's to the grown-ass man. You don't know what was happening, what put him in that situation.
Doesn't matter.
And if you're my friend, call me. And even if I am wrong, even if nothing I said should have mattered, you call me on the phone and check me on the phone and say, yo, bro, this is what it is. If you're my friend.
I'm gonna hypothetically use what you said. If we're friends. And you know I'm out here. I got the Us or Else album. I'm doing my performances based around BLM. I'm on the front line of BLM. If we're really friends, you shouldn't go on public TV and denounce BLM. And how many artists are in support of BLM that you think are Wayne's friends?
But I don't think that just because you're friends with somebody, that means you have to believe the same things that they believe. Sometimes people need to have conversations with people and be like, listen, behind the scenes, what you said, this is why. Sometimes maybe T.I. need to have a conversation.
I don't know
and say,
what world y'all live in.
What you said was wrong, and I'm going to tell you why. These are the statistics. This is what I've been talking about. This is what I've been standing for. And that was irresponsible how you said that. Why don't we get out here and do something together where you take back what you said, you denounce it, let them know I was going through something, but this is how I really feel. I should have never said that. I thought the interview was going to get pulled. It didn't. But
if something
that's what I believe.
If something is publicly said, it should be publicly denounced. If I get on this radio right now and I go, look, kids, none of y'all should ever wear condoms. Unprotected sex isn't the safest, but it feels the best. Nobody wear condoms.
You say that all the time.
Neither one of y'all gonna dispute me?
You say it all the time.
Well, we do.
No, answer. And neither one of y'all can dispute me.
We do a show where we go back and forth and we talk to each other on the show. But if you
if you went somewhere else and said that,
when you got on here and said stop and frisk, I didn't agree with that, and I publicly denounced that.
Yeah, but I didn't make a post and not say nothing to him personally and make a post.
But you also know where it was coming from. You also knew my car got shot up. You knew where it was coming from.
But I still denounced the fact that people need to be stopped and frisked.
You didn't denounce it like T.I. denounced it. There's a difference.
Hey,
I think it's fine to confront somebody face to face, but sometimes on social media, it gives everybody else the opportunity to,
Well, let's go to the phone lines. Hello, who's this?
This is Sean Sutton from Long Island.
Sean from Long Island. What do you think about T.I. calling out Lil Wayne in public?
Honestly, I feel like he first should have called him, saw where his head was at. But if Lil Wayne stuck to what he said, then you should take it publicly. But you got to call first and see, if it was a mistake, because everyone makes mistakes.
If that's your friend, right?
Yeah, if that's your friend, you got to see where his head was at, because you never know. But if he wasn't unapologetic at all, and then it is what it is. That's when you take it publicly.
Well, we don't know if that happened or not, but I doubt it.
Well, 800-585-1051. We got T.I. in Breakfast Club Court. Was he wrong for calling out Lil Wayne in public? 800-585-1051. Call us now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Right now, we're in Breakfast Club Court. We're talking T.I. Lil Wayne. Was he wrong for calling out Lil Wayne in public? Yee, please just read the message that T.I. left on his Instagram.
Well, it's pretty long, but I'll abbreviate it. He said, Wayne, I've known you over a decade. Our daughters grew up together practically. Reginae spent countless times at my house with Nick when you were in prison, and you extended my daughter the same courtesy when I was in the same position. Our relationship outside of music is what makes me sensitive to your disposition. You have to get out of that bubble you've been living in and get out here and educate yourself on what's going on around us. I'm always here to share whatever knowledge or understanding I may have to assist your growth and development, but you must stop this buffoonery and cooning you out here doing. You looking like somebody who has something to gain or lose by pretending like it's not as bad as BLM making it seem, and you're not aware of an issue that needs to be addressed. That's what would be considered Uncle Tom-ish. I know you're better than this.
Listen, what Lil Wayne said was so reckless and so problematic that it needed a public denouncing from another star, because like I said, people who are already against the Black Lives Matter movement, whether it's the Bill O'Reillys or Sean Hannitys or Tommy Lahrens of the world, will use Wayne's comments to reinforce all the negative things that they've said about BLM. So you need somebody like a T.I. to stand up and denounce what Wayne said, because if nobody does that, then people on the outside looking in will say, I guess what Wayne said is true about BLM, because nobody disputed it.
I would have loved it if Lil Wayne, if they would have had a conversation. And Lil Wayne would have came out with T.I. and spoke together and said, I had a conversation with my brother, T.I., who brought it to my attention that what I said was irresponsible and he's absolutely right. And these are the reasons why. That would have been an ideal situation.
I think they should have pulled Wayne aside after he did the interview on Undisputed. And they should have had the conversation with him then. Clearly, nobody did that, because he still is not educated on what BLM is or why we needed BLM, or even just matters of race in America, which is so confusing to me, because he used to be so aware. At one point.
But, I mean, obviously he's going through some trying to trouble or trauma. But
it's called drugs.
If I got friends and people that I consider friends, I'm not going to ish on them publicly. I'm going to call them first, tell them how I feel, because regardless, somebody can have their own opinion. And I'm going to tell them how I feel behind the scenes. And then I can go from there, but I'm going to talk to him first.
It depends what it is, though. Like, if you get on, if one of my friends stands up and goes, look, man, I love gang banging. I love being a member of the gang. Selling drugs is great for the community. I have to publicly denounce
him. If it's one of my friends, I'm going to call him first and be like, bro, you know what you're doing in the community. I'm going to call him first if they my friend.
No.
If they're not my friend, then that's something different. But if they my friend.
I owe the people more. I owe the kids that are listening more than I do my friend in that moment.
If that's my friend, I want to know where they're coming from.
I think for the kids, they would also like it more if the person that said it actually took those words back. It meant a lot, I think, when Envy said he was wrong for what he said, rather than just us going in on him. I think it meant a lot for him to have a conversation, you said, behind the scenes, and then realizing why you said what you said was wrong.
Yeah, but you know what? You got to get to that point. Envy had to get publicly denounced by a lot of people. A lot of people had to come at Envy and slander him real crazy in public, and then he got to that conclusion. So it's a process.
But a lot of my friends call me behind the scenes to have conversations and didn't publicly denounce me. You know what I mean? A lot of my friends call me, whether it was I don't need to say, but Clue called me, Tyrese called me, My father called me. Look, a lot of people called me.
Your wife had a long conversation.
My wife called me. They didn't denounce me on Instagram because they are my
you didn't see Tyrese's Instagram post that he deleted?
He definitely didn't. No,
Tyrese put a picture of a waffle up, and he put all lives matter envy.
Shut up. You always go too far. Hello, who's this?
Brad, from Newburgh. What's going on?
Brad, what do you think about T.I.? Was he wrong for calling out Lil Wayne in public?
Honestly, I think T.I. calling out Lil Wayne in public is more for him to make a stand and show the people that because everybody knows Lil Wayne's his boy. So I think it's just more him making a stand, showing the people that he doesn't agree with what he's saying. I think it was wrong on a personal level, but I think it was more for him to show the people, listen, I'm not with what me and him don't. Because in that post he says, if I have to lose a friend for what I believe in, I'm ready to do that. It's just, I think it was more for him to show the people I don't agree with this man.
Thank you, bro. Hello, who's this?
Snake the Barber from Dayton.
Hey, what's up, bro? Do you think T.I. was wrong?
No, I don't. I think, Charlamagne is right. And I also think, like, what T.I. was trying to do, because, his kids and Wayne's kids kick it together, and his kids look up to Wayne. And he really, he really vocal about the Black Lives Matter thing, right? And he want his children to be vocal about it, too. And, I mean, if your kids, my kids, they should be feeling the same way, man. How could you say that don't matter to you, though? I don't know, man.
Well, I think T.I.'s kids look up to T.I. more than they look up to Lil Wayne.
Absolutely. Hello, who's this?
Hey, listen, cool, stay in the house. Wayne is a cool, bro.
That's okay. All right.
Jeesh. Hello, who's this?
Sonia. Good morning, how are you?
Good morning. Do you think T.I. was wrong?
I kind of feel like what you said. If they friends on that level, he should just pull them to the side or call them and say how he felt about it. But at the same time, for people like Charlamagne who wanted T.I. to respond to Lil Wayne, maybe he felt like he should go public just like he did with Floyd Mayweather and everybody else. But at the end of the day, Lil Wayne, he's a clown for those comments, so I don't knock T.I. at all.
Right.
Okay. Thank you, Mama. All right, now what's the moral of the story, guys?
The moral of the story is only a true friend will tell you to your face what others are saying behind your back. So I have no problem with T.I. speaking out publicly against Lil Wayne because, like I said, when something is said so reckless publicly, it needs to be denounced publicly as well. So salute to T.I.
All right.
For always speaking up.
Right. And I don't think there's anything wrong with what T.I. said. I just feel like they should have had a conversation with each other first.
And by the way,
absolutely,
T.I. just made it to where he can go at anybody who goes against the BLM, because if he went in on a friend, nobody is safe. All right?
And Lil Wayne said, F ya.
Yeah, Lil Wayne's reply was, F you.
F Wayne. Wayne's so lame,
but I'm saying if our daughters play together and everything, we can talk to each other.
Absolutely.
The Breakfast Club.